Who doesn't love a free plugin? And today I have 11 of the best free piano VSTs for you to check out. Stick around for the last one, it's the best.
Number 1, Soft Piano by Spitfire Labs. Now this one here is the original release that I have, but it's still the same instrument. The good thing about this piano is it's got oodles of character and atmosphere, just what you want from a felt piano. It's soft, it feels close, it feels like a hug. Now, only downside to this is down in this register, you don't have much attack, so compared to up here in the top end, that's the only thing I have about this. I absolutely love this. I've used this on tons of tracks. It's been heard in loads of trailers because of the work I do, and that's a tiny negative to have soft attack in the low end, but it's brilliant. Number 2 is Spindle by Orchestral Tools. It comes in their little sign player thing. Now this is a felt piano, and what's good about this is it's got a lot of brightness. It feels like a lovely bright upright. So it has the good things of a grand. It cuts through, and it also has the kind of like character of an upright. So it has character, it has brightness, it cuts through. I think the only thing I would say is the negative of this one is it doesn't have as much character as some of the other pianos on this list. I mean, and that's not to say much, because actually I've bought loads of pianos that aren't as good as this, and this is free. So, just saying. Number 3 is Christian Henson's Triple Felt Piano. Now this was a freebie on his YouTube channel several years back, and I absolutely love it the first time I heard it. He released it as an EXS24, and some people in his audience changed it into a concept. There's a few different versions. I'll give you the link to the one I have. Now, the thing I absolutely love about this is the mechanical noise. I mean, it just... fantastic mechanical noise. He's also put some pads in there so that if you do hold the keys down, you get atmosphere, which I think makes up for the kind of loss of sustain on the notes. The downside to this is the mechanical noise kind of means that you're less able to play it as in the way that I might, which is kind of rocking 2 notes. The mechanical noise starts to machine gun a little bit, so I would use this as chordal percussion, or words are escaping me at the moment, chordal elements, or I would use it as top line. Just beautiful. Number 4 is Spitfire's Modular Piano. Now, this comes with quite a few different sounds, and they are fantastic. It's piano samples put through Christian Henson's modular synthesizer. Oops, that's a different one. So, the good thing about this is also the bad thing about this. So the good thing about this is they are filled with atmosphere and character and reverb and sustain and all the lovely kind of like washy sounds that you want when you're doing atmospheric stuff, whether that's ambient or darker trailer or underscore. And that's also the thing I don't particularly like about this, so if we go to Piano Heaven, hold on. Get to Piano Heaven. I mean, I love that. But at the same time, if you just want straight up piano, this isn't the one. But if you want something a little bit more, interesting sounding. Sounds like lo-fi beats to me. Anyway, so yeah, again, lovely ethereal sounds. But if you want straight up piano, this isn't the one. Number 5 on the list is Spitfire again. Thank you. Spitfire and Christian Henson have pretty much filled this list. Is the glass piano. Now, one of the composers who I always admired for his piano writing is Philip Glass. So when they released this, which is samples of Philip Glass's piano, it was like, oh my god, fan moment. So for me, when I can kind of go, I can sit there and go, it's Philip Glass, you know, and it's just, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's brilliant because I've heard that piano so much, and it comes with all sorts of wonderful other sounds. Oh, bit loud. Let me just turn that down. So it's not just a piano, it's all these other fantastic sounds that we know and love from Philip Glass. The kind of the softer grand sound, his metamorphosis type of things. All these great synths. It's lovely. So what's good about it is it actually has got a really decent and characterful grand piano sound that has a room to it. And also it's good because you have all these extra pads which work really nicely with it. Downside again is sometimes I've heard so many grand pianos that I lose interest. And you could say the same with the felt pianos, but this one I would like, it's not brimming with character. It's brimming with familiarity and nostalgia. So if you're looking for a little bit more like wobbly, crunchy, felty sounds, this isn't the one. Next up is Spitfire's Autograph Grand. This is pretty much a straight up grand piano. But I want to kind of think about this a little bit. How many grand pianos have you bought? That sound as good as this? This is free. So for me, the plus side is this is a really decent piano. If you want to go for that kind of like Ludovico Einaudi solo piano sound, this is the one. Downside again is it's just this one piano, which to be honest with you isn't really a downside. It's a great grand. Right, we've gone from this great grand piano to a great room piano. Now, I love the name of this, room piano, because it sums it up completely. It is that piano in your grandparents' house. It's all wobbly and flangey and familiar and out of tune. It's almost a honky tonk. So for me, the great thing about this is it's kind of that like familiar, warm piano that we all hear in village halls and our grandparents' houses. The thing I don't like about this is that it's a little too close to the honky tonk with the kind of like slight phasing out of tune thing. But I can kind of forgive it. It's free. And it still sounds amazing. It sounds like I am in the room with this piano. Good name. Next up is the Winterfeld, which is another Christian Henson creation. And it is the type of piano you want to play with a hot chocolate. It's just lovely. It makes me want to kind of like record some ambient cafe sounds and just play this, It's just great. I love it. It's really, really nice. It's really warm, really soft, really cuddly, full of atmosphere, full of character. The downside for me would be the fact that that's all it is. And I'm not going to complain, to be honest with you. This is the type of piano that gets me excited and gets me inspired, and that's what you want, especially from a free instrument. This is well worth you checking out. Next up on this list is my own creation, the ambient piano. Now, I recorded this, it was actually originally, I sampled the grand piano in a church. And the thing with the samples were, it was on a main road, so there was lots of low rumble. And I was like, I can't use this. This is really frustrating. So I thought, well, what do I like from some piano libraries? Is I like the chance to have something that sounds like it's been treated, but not a lot. So we've got all these different pads and things going on, so that you can create some beautiful ambiences with it. It's got a lovely brightness to it, which I think kind of cuts through compared to a lot of these felt samples, which are so soft and warm. Whereas this is quite bright. It's got this lovely ambience to it. You can slide up the ambience if you want. Perfect for, relaxing YouTube videos. Great thing about this, I think, is this kind of lovely ambience that you have. Downside is it does feel like the frequencies have been cut off, which they have. But when you put it in with the rest of these instruments, it just brings in this other sound which the others don't supply, and that's why I thought I should put this on the list. Give you guys this ambient piano for free. Next up is the VSTs Foundations piano, which was a real surprise for me. In fact, actually, their Foundations freebies are fantastic. Oh, hello. We've got horror. What I really love about this is the piano itself. It's kind of like the Spindle. It's got a lovely brightness, but it's also got a lot of warmth to it, which is great, which is just what you want. And they've chopped it off, so we don't have any of the really, really harsh, bright sounds. They've softened it. But also the other thing I love is you've got these textures. I mean, that's a great pad in and of itself. Then you throw in the piano. Actually, this is a nice accompaniment to my ambient piano, actually. Like, it's got this, the kind of like the warmer, softer version of the same thing. So nice. Good things about this. Really nice ambience tool. The downside of this, we are, again, limited because we're limited to this one piano sound compared to some of the other instruments. But it's a great sound, and it's a really nice one to have because it's not necessarily strictly felt, it's not strictly grand, it's not strictly upright, it's somewhere between. It's taken a little bit out of all of them, and I think the Spindle piano does the same thing. I've got to show you this one. This is my new favourite. This is Audio Ollie's freebie, which he announced not too long ago, called the MEMOIR piano, which you take it on the surface, you go, well, that's just a lovely ambient sounding piano. But then when you go in and you go, okay, well, let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness, look at all of these sounds. This isn't just a piano. I mean, there's the pianos, there's the textures, and they've even thrown in a ton of multis, which are all fantastic. So if I go, okay, well, let's chuck in this warm felt, see what that sounds like. I mean, that is super nice. It's beautiful. Let's okay. Well, what a concert ground soft. Really replace? Yes. Let's hear a little bit of delay on there. This is a really, really useful instrument. Then you go, well, let's try some of these textures. Oh, sad. Tape deck serenade. Hello. This is a goldmine of sounds, and it's free. I mean, thank you, Audio Ollie, because this is my new favourite free piano. The great thing about this is the actual piano sounds are really decent. You've got a really bright grand piano, you've got a lovely warm felt piano, and you've got all of these textures, and you've got all these multis. The downside is, I don't think enough people know about this. Go and download these. I've put the links below because these are fantastic instruments and they are going to be a huge benefit and a huge inspiration to your writing.